Hey everybody, Zach Merbach from ZMF here. Today we're just going to change this Bopp filter mesh on the driver covering on this Aeolus. You'll also be able to find this filter mesh on the auteur. Those are the only current ZMF headphones as of May 15th, 2019 that use the Bopp steel mesh. It's a micro steel mesh that lets sound through as a sound damping system for frontal damping, and it kind of attenuates the entire frequency response range, but especially the treble. We use a 160 mesh on the Aeolus and a 260 mesh on the auteur. You can take them off and do without them if you want a overall brighter sound, but I generally wouldn't recommend messing with it. And this replacement is really only if your mesh got like severely damaged and is keeping you from putting ear pads on, or anything like that. So let's go ahead and just do this swap. First thing we're going to do is unscrew the screws here and just get this current mesh that's on here off. There's actually nothing wrong with this current mesh that's on this driver. We're just doing this for illustrative purposes. And you can see I've just kind of loosened each screw. I'm going to go ahead and take each screw out. Take this old mesh off, and now you can see we've got this injection molded grill right over the driver here on the Aeolus. One thing you'll see is that the driver's in here. You're not going to want to touch the driver. Just leave it alone. So then we're going to go in and put this driver cover back on. And the way we're going to fit this is we're going to make sure that the hole for the screw lines up and the hole into the grill. And then I'm just going to place this mesh cover right over, kind of take note of where that screw hole is, and then take the head of my screwdriver, make a little indent there, right where that hole is, and that's going to allow me to then come back to this in a moment here when I have my screw. It's going to place that directly facing up so there's no gravity action going on there. And what we're going to do now is just see that little dent I made. I'm just going to put the screw and use the actual point of the screw to actually puncture into the Bopp mesh right there. And then I'm not going to completely tighten it all the way. I'm just going to go until it's about 90% in, because what that's going to allow me to do is allow me to have a nicer aesthetic appearance as I get to the end here. And now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go clockwise, make another perforation right where I can see the next indent is on that injection molded grill. Use that indent to place the screw in, make that puncture, and then go 90% in. I'm going to pull away from the original screw so that we don't get any kinks in the Bopp mesh. We're all also keep in mind we're being very careful not to put too much pressure on this headphone with the driver, because we don't want to puncture or cause any unsightly marks on this Bopp mesh. Same thing, going 90% in. We got 3 of them in now. And I'm just going to go ahead and feel out this last piece here. Get that indent straight down, not too much pressure, just enough to get through. And then this final one, I am going to tension this. Whoops, sorry for covering the camera there. I am going to tension this one all the way. Just going to go out, make sure that we're Tension that one all the way. You can see it kinked a little bit, but that's fine. Go back here, tension that in all the way, and then tension everything in that was 90% in, go to 100%. You don't need to tighten it like really clamp tight. You want to just do it enough so you know you're in the wood and it's staying in. But yeah, that's about the entire process of getting this Bopp filter mesh in there. And yeah, you just want to make sure that it's both holding the mesh in and the grill onto the headphone. And then the last step is just putting your ear pad back on the headphone. As you know or may not know, we have another video that's all about putting ear pads on ZMF headphones. You kind of want to just turn them inside out like a sock and then go all the way around using that flap that you turned inside out to go in the groove here. And once we're in the groove that is between the baffle and the cup, we can just kind of take this flap, put it in the groove all the way around, kind of twist, snuggle this piece here, and that's it. So yeah, take your time with this, and we probably sent you one extra piece of filter mesh if you needed it, so that you can make sure to get that on your headphone looking nice, and if you kind of dent one or something, you'll have that one extra piece. But yeah, any questions, feel free to leave a comment or email us at contactzmf@gmail.com. And thanks for owning a ZMF, and hope putting your new Bopp filter mesh on goes well. Thank you.